So we're going to install a Kellogg headboard to a bed frame, and what we do first is strip the bed of the pillows and the linens, and then we'll take the box spring and mattress off. So that's what we're going to do. Pull the box spring and headboard off, and then we put the frame together here. And the key to it is to have this where it's going to stand in the room. So this is on a pad back here, this is on the carpet, so that's how it's going to stand. Spot now is to take the frame and line it up evenly on the headboard. So you can see that it's lined up evenly there and there. We're going to mark this spot here, and the same on the other side to drill holes. So we've evened it out as close as possible. There's about, I'd say, 3/8 of an inch there, 3/8 of an inch there between the edge. Mark it. Make sure it marks well. All right, we've marked both sides now. Pull it out. Always wise just to kind of pull this up and lean so it leans a little bit. All right, so now what we're going to do is drill through here, which goes all the way through. Now this is a wood frame. This is going to be a little different than it will be with one of the upholstered frames. So what I try to do is do it dead center of the circles that I made. Top one done. And bottom one done. And you'll see one of the nice things about Kellogg's headboards is they're really wood. They're not made of plastic or God knows what. They're solid wood, so that's really nice. So now I'm going to go and do the other side. So one of the key parts of any headboard installation is the cleanup. And you'll see I made a lot of sawdust here, so we're going to go ahead and do the sawdust with a vacuum. So that's really important, having a vacuum close by. Now to vacuum the other side. And we'll still vacuum when we get things all together, because no matter what you do, there's always dust and dirt. A real key part is getting the right size bolt that comes through here and still sticks out, but not too much. So I have a variety of size bolts that I use. This one, as you can see, is not going to work because it doesn't fit. This one should work. It's just big enough. As you can see, I carry a bunch of different size bolts with me. Some long, some short. So there's 4 there, perfect. And with the bolts comes washers. Now you need washers just so things don't get loose. So each bolt gets 2 washers. So there's 2, 4 for that side, 2, 4 for the other side. And no bolt is going to work unless it has a nut. So we're going to need 4 nuts. So the things you're going to need: headboard, bed frame, pencil, drill, vacuum cleaner, bolts, washers, and nuts, a screwdriver just in case to tighten things up or to open the openings on the metal bed frame, and of course wrenches and pliers to tighten everything up. Okay, so let's go ahead and marry the bed frame to the headboard. Bring the bed frame back down. Make sure that it is properly fit together, that all the, and it's extended out. And if there's any screws in it, that the screws are nice and tight. Line that up there. So another key thing is, does the bolt fit through here with no problem? Yes. Does the bolt fit through there with no problem? Yes. slide the bolt in. Put the washer in and the nut in. Now, one of the reasons you don't want to use really long carriage bolts is because they will stick out in here and push the box spring out, and you don't want that. So bolt, washer, through the back of the headboard, second washer, which is there, and then the nut right there. Now the key to it is not to tighten too tight right now, but make sure you can tighten when the time comes. So now we've got 2 bolts on this side and 2 bolts on that side with nuts and washers. So the key to it is getting them balanced so that there's an equal amount of space here and there. You don't have to measure it, but you can just kind of eyeball it. You'll see what works. Again, it's very important that this part here is extended out and to where it's supposed to be, as well as at the foot of the bed as well. So now we're just going to tighten things up. This is so that it doesn't make noise and squeak when people get into the bed. And you'll know when it's tight enough. You can just feel it. So there it is. So that side's tightened, so we're going to go ahead and do the other side. So we're tightening the other side now. And just good and tight, not super tight. Whereas the Germans say guten tight. At least that's what we say when we work on German cars. Well, I'm going to use my little vacuum to vacuum up. This is a great time to get out the homeowner's vacuum and then vacuum rug underneath the bed and all that type of stuff. And especially back along the baseboard. Baseboards always collect dust no matter what. Now this is a good time to go ahead, put it back, the completed headboard and frame back against the wall where you originally measured it. Make sure that it fits where it's supposed to be. Often what I look for are the marks in the rug where the bed frame used to be as my guide, because that works out well to guide it. So we're up. So now what we're ready to do is put the box spring back on. Always good to check and see if there's any dust in the bed frame. In this case there's not, so we're good to go. Okay, so now it's time to put the box spring back on. Now, one of the reasons you don't want to use really long carriage bolts is because they will stick out in here and push the box spring out, and you don't want that. So this is just right. So now it's time for the dust ruffle. It's also a good time to put back anything that was stored under the bed, such as boxes or things from Container Store or wherever. Now some people go ahead and use antimacassar pins. Those are little curly Q pins with plastic heads that you used to get at Murphy's or Woolworths or something. Grandmothers used to use them all the time, but those are a great thing for right now if you want to secure the dust ruffle onto the box spring so it doesn't move when you put the mattress on, but you don't have to do that. You could also use safety pins. Now we put the mattress back. And this is also a good time to flip the mattress or just turn it around if you want to do that. All right, so we've put a Kellogg headboard. This is a wooden headboard. It would be different if we did a fabric headboard, but not by much. Fabric headboard, what you've got to do, and I'll do a video on this, is you've got to cut into the fabric, pull some of the batting away so that the drill doesn't get it up and tear things apart. It's a little bit more involved. But for the wooden headboard, it's pretty simple. Bed frame against the headboard, mark it, pull the bed frame away, drill it, get out your carriage bolts and your nuts and your washers, put them together, vacuum everything up, and then put everything back together. Pretty simple. Until next time.